Welcome to week 4, and hopefully it's vacation time soon. It is for me, and I'm very excited. So we are in week 4 of this journey to be more healthy and happy during the holiday season. And today we are going to be talking about stopping the comparison game. It's something that I've talked about before, and I think it's human nature to compare ourselves to others. But in this era of social media, or if you have very high expectations for yourself, you might even be comparing yourself to previous moments of your life. And it's a kind of mindset that is quite harmful, and we want to shift that. So we want to put our blinders on, never mind the past, never mind the future, let's just be in the present, never mind everything that's going on around us, and just be in the moment and just be, embrace and honor where you are now in your life. So whether it's physically, where you're saying, I was skinnier when I was younger, or, oh, I look so much better when I was younger, or, oh, I remember like 2 years ago, I was like doing really well, I had a really positive mindset, or whatever it is. Or if it's comparing yourself to people on social media, or comparing yourself to maybe people around you, and that you somehow think are better than you, or you feel like everybody has it figured out other than you. And trust me, we are all just figuring it out as we go. So it's really, really important to cut out all that external noise if you want to stay focused and centered, and come back to the intentions that you set on week 1. To stay focused and on track and to really remember what matters, you have to block out that external noise. Now, an added challenge is during, let's say, the next week or so, if you are celebrating Christmas, if you're going to be seeing family and friends, you have that added little layer, that added little challenge of perhaps friends or family members, how can I say this politely? Just basically asking you certain questions like, so, do you have a boyfriend? So, oh yeah, how's the job going? You look healthy. You look a little bit more plump, or whatever comments that people can say sometimes. Sometimes we have to deal with very unconscious people. It happens. So you want to first of all make sure that at least your mindset is a kind one where you're not comparing yourself. And then you're going to find ways to maybe deal and answer to these people. Honestly, whatever comments you have that coming from others, you don't owe these people anything, whoever it is in your life. Some people can say that just unconsciously, not realizing that it can be hurtful. Others can maybe do it to trigger you or to feel better about themselves. So be aware of that. Don't kind of lower yourself to their level by feeling like you have to defend yourself or kind of reply back with something that's maybe not so nice. Just kind of like let it go and know that whatever they're asking you and however they're treating you, that is a reflection of who they are, and it's not a reflection on you. I just noticed that the sun was coming out for the first time in about like 3 weeks, and it was shining right in my face. So the comparison game is a really harmful one, and so you really want to let go of comparing yourself to others. So if, for example, obviously social media is a huge source of comparison, try to edit your feed. And I speak from experience. I have to sometimes unfollow certain people that I find very inspiring. But if I'm really honest with myself and I notice and I check in with how I feel when I look at their feed and at their posts, if it makes me feel less than, it makes me feel not so good about myself, I unfollow them for a while anyways. And sometimes we have certain periods in our life where we feel a little bit more vulnerable or a bit more negative. And it's really important to edit our life accordingly. So I would say if you're on social media, be very aware of how social media makes you feel. So maybe look at it a bit less. And it could be like, sometimes we think, oh my gosh, all these people, they're going to all these different parties, or look at this woman, she prepared this incredible meal for her family. I mean, we have like a million different ways in which we can compare ourselves. So let's notice when we're doing that, and let's stop ourselves and just remember that that's not helping us, that's not serving us in any way, and try to maybe eliminate some of those sources of comparison. And also consciously decide to be at peace with where you are in your life now. So as I was saying earlier, if you're going to be maybe seeing some family members or some friends, it might be people that you don't see that often. They might be like checking in with you and saying, so, if you have a boyfriend, you've had a boyfriend for a while, oh, so you guys getting married? Or, oh, so how about, like, it can be so many different things. And people really like to fit other people in a box. It somehow makes them feel more comfortable with themselves that they have you like figured out. You don't need to put that pressure on yourself. That's their thing, that's their issue, and you can just be really proud of who you are, where you are in your life. Even if you feel like you're completely lost, you're just figuring things out. So maybe just think about that a little bit before and prepare yourself. If ever you do know you'll be meeting certain people that might be asking certain questions or all that, just so that you kind of go in there not feeling stressed out. And as I said, in addition to those other people, those external factors of comparison, just make sure also that you're not adding to that stress, to that kind of negative feeling by comparing yourself with maybe where you were previously in life. Remember that your journey is it's filled with cycles and seasons, and you might have had a period in your life where you considered yourself very successful or very healthy or whatever that was, and your definition of success can change with time. Maybe at the time it meant having a certain title, a certain job, a certain salary, a home that went, like, material habits that went with that. And maybe at some point in your life you decided that that didn't suit you anymore, and that definition of success and happiness had to change. So don't let external pressures of how maybe other people try to define success for you. So as I said, like the marriage and the kids and the job titles and whatever that is, the physical appearance, don't let those external factors affect you, and honor how you might have changed some of those definitions as well. So when you go into those parties, whether it's because you don't have a job right now, or maybe the job that you have isn't as glamorous or as prestigious as before from an exterior point of view, but maybe it's bringing you so much fulfillment, and that's all that really matters. We need to remove the external pressure of trying to please and impress others. We have no control over how other people perceive us, even if we think that we are, pleasing them. We have no control. We don't know. So it's really important to let go of that weight and that part of your brain that might be like filled with like trying to please and trying to impress and all that, and just release that, and that leaves room for other things that actually serve you. So who cares if you don't, impress Aunt Gina or Uncle Bob or what? Like, honestly, everybody's just like doing their thing, living their lives, and trying to figure things out. So don't you worry, they might kind of put you on the spot during that party, but it will soon be forgotten. So just be confident. Come and be confident with wherever you are. And just, once again, if you do feel confident in yourself, other people can feel that as well. And what matters is really how you feel. So be kind with yourself. Notice when you're comparing. I have some resources below. This is a subject that I've touched on before, so I am including some resources below, some past videos and posts on this. I think it's something that a lot of us deal with, and maybe during the holiday time in particular, and maybe we're like, oh, I should be at this point in my life. Why don't I have a man again for the holidays? Or, oh, I might have separated from somebody and now I live in a smaller apartment than the big house I had. Like, we tell ourselves all these stories and we set all these expectations for ourselves, and we need to just be accepting of where we are at this exact moment, and we don't know what's awaiting us. So if we can be at peace with ourselves, then we can let go of other people's expectations of us and just say, well, I don't really need your approval. I'm cool with where I'm at. I have my blinders on. I'm not looking at what everybody else is doing. I am doing my thing. I'm focused. I have my clear intentions and goals, and I'm sticking to that. So the next week is going to be, maybe a test, maybe not. Maybe it'll just be, parties and bubbly and fun. And if so, that's great. I see the holidays as something very, very positive. But if it is challenging for you, just set yourself up for success and think, what are those little areas that might be challenging for me? And what can I do to kind of prepare prepare for them. So, you know, have that chic toolbox close by, have it opened up. Look at the different resources that I've been sharing with you in the last few weeks and see how can I make this the most awesome holidays yet? How can I stay healthy and happy? Come back to your goals. Focus on your body, mind, and soul. See how they're connected. Is there one of them that maybe feels a little bit out of balance? Be kind with yourself as always. If you do maybe exercise a little bit less or indulge, it's okay. If you feel like you fell off the wagon at one party, don't just say, oh, whatever, you know, like, and then go off the deep end. Like, say, okay, you know what, that's yesterday. Today I'm starting fresh. Today, you know, I won't have as much booze, or I think I might skip on, like, I might have one dessert rather than two, or whatever it is. Like, just always, always, always come back to kindness. If you have any questions during the holiday period, I'm connected to social media on a daily basis, maybe too often. I would just love to hear any questions you have, whether it's right now before all the parties and all that begin, or even during the holiday period. For me, this program is, yes, it's a month long. This is the last week, but it doesn't end there. The Red Fairy Project continues. There are some very exciting things for next year. Remember to check in with your body, mind, and soul. Stay in balance, stay conscious, stay aware. Think of your toolbox every day to see if there's something that you need to dig into, or maybe you want to even share that toolbox with something else. So even though we're at the last week, these videos are available for rewatching, for sharing, and I hope that it goes into the inboxes of as many people as possible. So if you think there's somebody that would benefit from this, absolutely, absolutely share. I will see you very soon. Have beautiful, beautiful holidays, healthy and happy holidays. Love you very much, and I will see you in 2019. Bye.